It's gonna be so good. My titty been itching for like a week and a half now. Girl, I need to take a pumice stone to these feet so bad, girl, they so rough.
The whole titty or just the areola?
It ain't even the areola, it's like the outer rim, the outskirts of my titty, the outskirts of my mammary, the glimpses of my butt cheek.
Is that kind of like the traces of a lipstick?
It's Merc-alicious. You ready?
Yeah.
Today, for today's topic, we're going to discuss something that one of my online tag team friends pointed out to me. Like, I was trying to figure out what the fuck you was doing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. One of our followers, Bjorn Dufault.
Thank you, guy.
Yeah. And we love him, an avid supporter. He's been one of our day ones. And he actually suggested through his comment that we discuss homosexuality and the expression of it.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
We got that part covered. Versus heterosexuality. So he left a comment just, you know, explaining how, you know, homosexuality and heterosexuality is not the same. You know, we should contemplate or even think about, should we be expressing homosexuality, you know, in the way that heterosexual people express their sexuality.
I get it.
And I'll give you an example of what I thought he meant and, and how I feel about it. We watch shows like Modern Family, and there's a couple of other shows that New Normal had a gay couple on it. Oh, that was the premise of it?
Yeah. Oh. Which is why it's no longer with us. You're wrong for that.
So yeah, you know, we have these shows out there that depict gay couples, and a lot of times we see the depiction of that in kind of like a heterosexual box, you know, starting a nuclear family with a mother and a child, or a father and a father and a child, or, you know, a father and a child and a pet, you know, these things that we typically associate with heterosexuality. Yeah. You know, I easily slide into that kind of like nuclear family role when it comes to, you know, being with someone. Bjorn, however, you know, highlighted the fact that, you know, we are different, and that sometimes the differences, you know, can be celebrated, pursued, established as a normal as well.
Okay, well, I think that, first of all, the heterosexual way of interaction is very similar to homosexual interaction. I'm just going to use the word interaction for lack of a better one, because we are, at the root of it, human. We're all human, so there are certain things that are innate in us, you know, as human beings, and things that we probably desire and want. However, I feel like I look at heterosexuality and homosexuality as two roads. Yeah, it's the same road for a very long distance, and then they diverge. You know, at certain points. Now they may intersect at other points, you know, along the way, but they go back out their separate way. But I think that there are some similarities, and there are some things that we want. Like, we might want, I mean, everybody wants love, I think, and everybody wants a supportive unit. So maybe that's where the desire for family comes. You know, and having people around you that love you for who you are. I was looking at Blood, Sweat, and Heels today.
Cool. All right.
And it's a character up there. This is my first episode seeing this, so I don't really know it like that. But a girl named Daisy. Now, Daisy wasn't hanging out with her friends at the club on this particular night because her father was in town. And her father was in town at her house telling her, you know what, Daisy, you a bad bitch. You wonderful, you cook, you clean, you're intelligent, you got it going on for you. A man, any man would love to have you. But back at the club, her friends was like, Daisy ain't got no class. You know, she is not right. I can't stand this bitch. I'm a bust in her head type thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, I say all that to say, like, you need somebody that loves you unconditionally.
You gonna bust in the head though?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, you need someone who is not the world, who is on your team, in your corner, that loves you regardless. So that transcends like any type of sexuality or anything like that. It crosses all lines. So even if you're gay and you have two fathers, you still want that unit that is supported, has your back. Maybe that's through kids, maybe that's through your pets that embrace you whenever you come home. But they
just embracing you for the food.
Well, they love you still, because they know from whence their bread is butter. But you know, my whole thing is, you know, outside of that, now the setup, the infrastructure is the same, but then the rules will and can vary.
One of the things that I think Bjorn was trying to say when we were talking about, you know, just the way that guys interact, like us being sexual beings and us being, you know, a lot of men, you know, really like it when they have access to multiple partners.
So we just gonna cut to that chase.
We just gonna cut to that chase.
Then it's not the same. Thank you, Bjorn, for your question.
Exactly, bitch. Exactly. This is what I wanted to talk about. I'm so glad you brought it the fuck up. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you know, when the things that I think we were discussing were more related towards the fact that, especially when we talk about men specifically, homosexual men, and then that pull and that draw to be polyamorous. I think almost every gay man, every black gay man I know has at one point or another either complained about cheating, either did it themselves, cheating, or either had it done to them, cheating. So should we be playing by totally different rules? Should I be looking for a husband, but also under the assumption that I'm also going to have a husband and a boyfriend?
The reason that cheating, I'm not even going to go there. There is the opportunity to do that. I think as two men, you should be more open, and the conversation should be there that we are sexual beings. Just because I have sex with someone else doesn't mean I don't love you.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. And that's the thing where the heteronormativity comes back and bites Merc in the butt, because I don't like that.
I mean, not saying that you have to do that. Not saying when we talk about that, that it's gonna say that's giving you our permissive cheating, kind of like what you called it before. Like, I'm giving you the opportunity, the license to go out and cheat on me. No, I understand that that's your plight, and that's a struggle as gay men, not gay men, but as men.
It's a struggle for me. It doesn't seem to be a struggle for nobody else.
It's a struggle for men. When I say struggle for men, I mean to be with one partner.
To be with my ass.
Yeah, pretty much. To be with one partner for a long
period of time. I don't think it's hard. I don't have an issue with it. But once again, I
don't want to be quoted for saying.
I probably haven't been in a relationship long enough to where it was an issue. The last relationship I was in was, you know, for a number of years, and well, you know, he cheated on me, so I didn't get a chance to get tired of it enough to say, okay, I want to cheat. Right. You know what I mean? So
because you were so busy running him around the city, finding out what he was doing.
Oh, you know, I don't chase nobody. That's the one thing I'm gonna tell you. This is the one bad thing about me. If you date me, you're gonna be able to cheat, because I'm not gonna chase you. I'm not gonna give a fuck. I'm not gonna give a fuck. But if I find out, like I'm telling you, cut. It's like curtains. It's curtains. It's like I never even knew your ass. You know what I mean? See, that's the only thing. So I'm like, I'm cool with. I will turn a blind eye. I will not check your messages. I won't do any of those things. Okay. But if I happen to find out and I never breathe another word to you, don't think I'm crazy. Just look at this show. Don't take it personal, right? Don't just look at this show and say, you know, he said if I ever got caught cheating on him, he would never breathe another living word.
Well, see, now, so let me go ahead and get this clear. Okay. I don't condone cheating either, especially if it's not something that we have stated within the confines of our relationship.
Right,
okay?
Right.
Now, here's the thing. if you cheat on me, I'm probably like you. But it's not because you went out and did it with somebody. I understand as men, we have a desire, carnal desire.
Wow.
To I'm sorry.
That is so evolved. I mean,
I get it. I get it. Men like variety, you know, and you know, it's the spice of life. And going out here to have sex with someone doesn't necessarily mean that you don't care for me and you don't love me.
Okay.
However, it speaks to a bigger thing to me, and that's trust. And if we haven't talked about it, and I am under the impression that it's just me and you, one-on-one, mano-a-mano, then you have essentially lied to me, and I don't do liars.
I'm gonna go to this point, and then I want to come back to another point. How does this look? You're saying that, you know, you can be in a relationship with someone, and they can come to you and say, you know, I think I want to cheat. Right. Or they can come to you and say, you know, I think I like this guy. You know what I mean? You think someone in a relationship with you that they can come to you and say that. So you can come and say it.
Right.
And just to understand that I can also hit you upside your fucking head with a motherfucking skillet. Right. You cheating ass.
You know, and if I get you upside the head with a skillet and I don't embrace your thoughts, then that's your fault, because you should have got to know me well enough to know the best time to approach you with some bullshit like that.
And so it kind of brings me back to what we were saying just about comparing heterosexuality to homosexuality. Now, with everything that's going on in the media, in the news, and you know, 2013 and 2014 is becoming a big year for gay activism and the visibility of the need for marriage equality. You know, these things are in the forefront of some of our news media. However, I think in a lot of terms, you know, a lot of people would think that it's important for the gay lifestyle and for gay people to be shown in a format that can be understood by the larger society. Which brings me back to the point about, okay, should we make attempts to establish an image collectively in that way, or should we also say, hey, this is also a part of being gay too, and no, you can't expect this to be like heterosexuality. You know, you can expect some level of, you know, polyamory in the lifestyle. You can expect some of these things as a part of it. I just want to get your take on it. Like, how do you feel about it? Do you think it's important? Do you think we should even give a fuck about what the larger society thinks? Or how should we approach that?
I think that we should still, you know, really kind of keep it individualized, case by case. Like, whatever works for you in your relationship works for you in your relationship. Right. You know, to me, we shouldn't say no. Now, we got marriage equality. Now we just want to let you know how we differ from you. Right. No, that's not cool.
When you see gays on TV or gays in the media, you know, saying, I'm no different than you. Right. You know, I have a family like you do. Exactly. I have this, that, just like you do. Where there are some gay people that are like, I have a sex dungeon in my motherfucking basement. I like to get fucked by 20 people every weekend. And this is my lifestyle, and this is how I like to be. Do we embrace all of that, or what do we embrace? I mean, but some people do have a sex dungeon in their basement. I know. Or some people do, you know, get online and get gangbanged, and they like it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what they do. And
I really wouldn't want to open up that.
And that behavior is, and to me, that type of behavior is
permitted in a relationship?
No, it's not permitted. It's prevalent in gay society.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, are we just presenting the side that looks the most, that resembles our heterosexual counterparts more?
Yes, I don't think there's anything wrong with gays showing the lighter side, the more wholesome, if you will, side of gay or homosexual unity, homosexual life. We don't need those things done in the dark. Please let them stay there. Okay. I mean, I think that's what heterosexuals do. They're swingers and swinger clubs, and you know, men having a brothel of women on the side, and you know, paying for hoes and stuff like that. These are not things that are.
Yeah, and I heard straight men like chocolate hoes too.
They like chocolate hoes. Trust me, I know.
I know they do. Chocolate hoes.
Chocolate hoes.
Yeah. Is not alike. It is different, and you know it is okay to celebrate that difference, and it's okay, and it is okay for the larger society to accept those differences. So I do get where he's coming from in that regard, but like I said, I know a lot of, you know, I just in my own experience, I know a lot of what guys do in the life. You know what I mean?
Right.
So a lot of those things happen.
Do you want monogamy in your relationship? Then you should be allowed to have that.
Right.
I think you should have the freedom to do that. I think we should look at the gay unity as a chance to have more communication. As two men, we should understand what our plights are, and you know, we should be able to talk freely about it. I get it. Whenever you have two separate genders, a male and a female,
sometimes some things get lost in translation.
Lost in translation. Right. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as men, we should be able to say, all right, yeah, I have a hard time going to the gym and seeing this man working out in front of me,
winking his eye and betting his cheeks at me.
Right. Bet his cheeks. Bet his cheeks. You know, and then if you real with yourself, you say, you know what, I've been there. The guy that wear the blue shorts, he be betting his cheeks at me too.
Okay. But I would say, you know, baby, I understand.
I understand, but I'm still
gonna hit you in the head with the skillet.
Right.
Because you better not touch it.
Right. It's not so much always saying, all right, well, go touch it. I know what you're dealing with. Go touch it. But maybe it's like, well, let me support you differently because I understand where you're coming from and what your plight is. I'm overusing the word plight, but you get what I'm saying.
Right. Once again, Bjorn, thank you so much for this topic. If we didn't dig into this deep enough, you know how to get at me. Everybody else, you can do the same. Just hit us up on the comment section.
That's right.
Always, if you want to holler at me on Twitter, please, you know, I know I've been slow about tweeting, but, you know, tweet me, I'll tweet you back. At Mercedes Boy.
If you tweet me, I will tweet you back. And let me just say real quick, Bjorn, being gay is not an excuse to just be a hoe in your relationships. I hope that is not what you was getting
I don't think that's what he was saying.
Well, I'm saying I hope it's not. Boom. I'm just gonna... You see, you hit me in the face. You see, that's
hit me with a
I hit you. I hit you. And I hit a bitch. You see that?
But no, I don't think he was saying that. But no, Bjorn, tell us if we missed anything. Once again, we love all y'all. Y'all can get me at Mercedes Boy on Twitter.
And at Meet Quintonio on Twitter.
This has been the Tag Team, and you have been great. Thanks for watching.
We love you.
Peace.
Can we get a hand clap for Chad?
He gets a hand clap.
He handled it better than I would.
Right, you know, this week, you know, Chad, we're going to say tag, you're it.
You're it, sir.